Season 1, Episode 4, Vitals. Hospital tension. The monitor kept time like it was paid to stay calm. Declan lay motionless beneath fluorescent light that flattened everyone into something less human. Ethan stood closest to the bed, not touching anything, not moving anything, studying the room instead of the body. Marcus stayed near the window, arms folded tight, staring at Declan like physics alone could explain what happened. Ryder hovered near the door, as if proximity could be mistaken for concern. "He does not walk into a room without a reason," Ethan said quietly. "If he was recording, it was leverage." Marcus did not blink. "Leverage does not splinter wood," he replied. "Sideways force does." Ryder. "Or he overreached," she said. "Or he slipped." Ethan's eyes shifted. "Then explain the missing window." Ryder's posture tightened by a fraction. "Corruption happens." "Corruption benefits someone," Marcus answered. Rooms where everyone is certain rarely contain the truth, because certainty is often just fear wearing confidence. Ethan leaned closer to the bed. "If he wakes up," he said, "he will ask for someone." Marcus answered without hesitation. "Or he will name someone." Ryder. "Or he will forget." The monitor stayed steady, indifferent to all three possibilities. Pulse check. Hospital light follows you even when you leave it. The gym smelled like rubber and sweat, but tension never respected location. Blaire adjusted the weight stack without looking up. Lyra leaned against the mirror across from her, watching. "You are avoiding the hospital," Lyra said softly. "I am prioritizing," Blaire replied, tightening the pin. Lyra stepped closer, close enough that their reflections overlapped. "You always prioritize control," she murmured, "even when you pretend not to." Blaire finally looked up. "You mistake awareness for control." Lyra's mouth curved. "I know exactly what I'm looking at." She reached past Blaire to adjust the same weight stack, her hand brushing Blaire's fingers, not accidentally. "You feel it too," Lyra said quietly. Blaire didn't pull away. "Declan called me," Lyra continued, voice lower now. "Right before the gala." Blaire's breathing shifted by half a beat. "He calls a lot of people." "Not the way he called me." Flirting turns dangerous when it stops being about attraction and starts being about information. Lyra leaned in closer. "He said something was going to surface." Blaire's voice dropped. "Be careful." Lyra smiled against the warning. "You always get like this when you're nervous." "I am not nervous." "No," Lyra said, eyes steady. "You are calculating." Their reflections held eye contact a second too long. Gym light never hides anything. It only makes it sharper. The partial upload. Ethan opened his laptop like it contained oxygen. Marcus leaned in immediately. Ryder remained near the doorway, careful not to appear invested. "There was an auto-upload attempt," Ethan said, scrolling. "It failed." On screen, a timestamp. One word, sideways. "That is not accidental," Marcus said. "It is not complete," Ryder replied. "So it is not useful." "It proves he was recording," Ethan said. "It proves he was collecting," Marcus corrected. People rarely argue about truth itself. They argue about what it will cost them. Ryder's voice sharpened. You are implying influence again. Marcus stepped closer. Donor money moves faster than investigation. Ryder's jaw tightened. You want this to be bigger than it is. Ethan pressed play. Static. Then a low creak. Wood under strain. Marcus looked at Ryder. Ryder did not look back. Ethan paused the file. Someone was near the mic, he said quietly. Close. Silence stretched across the room, heavy with implication. Incomplete evidence is often more dangerous than none at all. Mother tongue. Nova paced the Theta hallway like she was mapping it for flaws. The house sounded different now. Doors closed softer, voices lowered quicker. She stepped into a side room and called her mother before she could reconsider. Tiffany Sinclair answered immediately. Tell me you are not still there, she said. It is not simple, Nova replied. It is always simple, Tiffany said. You leave when language starts getting corrected. Nova's chest tightened. They are managing vocabulary, she said. Like it is policy. That is not new, Tiffany answered calmly. That is culture. Nova hesitated. Declan is stable. Stable means conscious, Tiffany replied. Conscious means risk. It sounded like concern. It felt like strategy. You want me to go to the hospital, Nova said. I want you to observe, Tiffany answered. Notice who shows up. Notice who does not. Nova lowered her voice. Why do you care? Because secrets rarely begin with the people holding them, Tiffany said. They begin earlier. Nova ended the call and stood still for a moment. Then she grabbed her keys. Before the gala. Hospital chairs were not built for sleep. They were built for waiting. Ethan closed his eyes and saw a week earlier Declan standing in his office, restless but deliberate. I think there is a pattern, Declan had said. Pattern is not proof, Ethan replied. Declan nodded. That is why I am recording. Video, Ethan assumed. Audio, Declan corrected. People perform for cameras. They confess near microphones. Confess what? Structure, Declan answered. Who protects who? Who moves when pressure shifts? Caution like that is rare in people who think they are untouchable. Ethan leaned forward. Do you have names? Not yet, Declan said. Naming too early collapses leverage. He tapped the red cord on his bag. If anything happens, it will not be random. At the time, Ethan, in the hospital, it did not feel like paranoia anymore. It felt like preparation. Outside the room. Nova arrived composed. Marcus looked relieved. Ryder looked irritated. Ethan looked exhausted. You came, Marcus said. I was told to, Nova replied. Ryder's eyes narrowed slightly. By who? Someone who thinks this is not accidental, Nova answered. Ethan stepped into the hall with the laptop open. You should hear this, he said. Ryder folded her arms. If it is corrupted, it is irrelevant. Ethan pressed play. Static. A faint shuffle. Then the dock creak, low and strained. Nova. Blaire's voice cut through clearly. Not here. Another voice closer to the mic, sharper. You are not supposed to have that. The audio ended abruptly. Noise rarely threatens a structure. Restraint does. Nova looked at the three men and understood something new. They were no longer debating what happened. They were debating what would survive.